Hello children, hope you all are fine. This is Radha, your English teacher. Yes, in today's class we're going to talk about a very simple and a nice poem in the whole of the syllabus. It is a very tiny one, and remember children, this poem is there for the memorization, and you will have this poem for your exam which carries 4 marks. So please by heart the poem. Okay? Now, this is a very nice poem which talks about the temple and the body. And it is a vachana. Yes, the temple and the body written by Basavanna, and it is a vachana. Okay, now here, before getting into the poem, let me introduce you to our great social reformer, Basavanna. Yes, he was born in the year 1106 till 1168 he was there. As we all know that Basavanna was a very great social reformer who really worked hard for all of us on the social order and free from caste, class and orthodoxy. This is all about our Basavanna, and this poem has been translated from Kannada. This Vachana was written in Kannada, and we have a person who has translated. He is R.K. Ramanujam. Okay. Now here, as we have studied about Basavanna, R.K. Ramanujam is a translator who has translated for us from Kannada to English. Now let us get into the poem. The poem talks about the rich and the poor. All of you know the rich, they have the capacity to do anything and everything with the help of money, right? But here the poor is not capable of doing things. Okay? Now here he talks about the love of God, how the poor gives and how the rich people give. Okay? We will get into the poem. The temple and the body, Vachana, written by Basavanna, which has been translated from Kannada to English by R.K. Ramanujam. The rich will make temple for Shiva. What shall a poor man do? I repeat, the rich will make temples for Shiva. What shall I, a poor man, do? My legs are pillars, my body the shrine, the head of a cupola of gold. Listen, O Lord of the meeting rivers, things standing shall fall, but the moving ever shall stay. Now here, Basavanna describes very beautifully about a rich and a poor people devotion towards God. Children, all of us love God. We want to do many things for Him, but unfortunately we cannot hear. So now here what happens? He says that a rich people can build beautiful things which is connected to God, like he builds a beautiful temple, he keeps a gold or a diamond idol and stuffs like that. But what about us? What can a poor do? Right? This is what he is talking here. The first stanza talks about this. The rich man will make temples for Shiva. What shall I, a poor man, do? You understand? So when the rich people are constructing beautiful monuments and temples and idols with gold and silver and diamond, what not? But what can a poor man do to show a love for you, God? Yes, a rich man shows a love physically, like everything you can see. But how can I show you my love? Of course, I love you too. But how can I show you my love, he says. In the next stanza, my legs are pillars, the body the shrine, the head a cupola of gold. So now here, Basavana describes saying that as a poor, I can convert my body into a gift which I can give you. I am willingly giving you this. But whereas I cannot give you money or anything that which I can do, no, it is not possible. So I can dedicate my whole soul to you, he says. What he says, children? I can dedicate my whole soul to you. As what he says? He says, my legs are pillars. He says, I can construct a beautiful temple for you in my heart. I can give you a place in my heart. I have a beautiful place in my heart for you. He says this with love. He also says, I am ready to dedicate my soul for you. What? They are, my legs are pillars, the body that shrine, the head a cupola of gold. Children, cupola of gold means a small rounded dome, a small rounded dome. Okay. So he says here, I am ready to give my soul to you. Listen, O Lord of the meeting rivers, O Lord of meeting rivers. Here, Basavana's chosen divinity, Lord Shiva at Kudala Sangama. Okay, so here he says a prayer. What he says? Listen, O Lord of the meeting rivers, that standing shall fall, but the moving ever shall stay. So now here he says, oh my God, please listen. The monuments or the buildings which is constructed by men, it is not permanent, he says. It is not permanent. It may collapse. It may destroy any time. But my soul, unless and until I am alive, nobody can do anything, he says. You understand, my children? He is giving a very beautiful descriptions saying that the house, the temples, the monuments, whatever is built, it is not permanent. Everything will collapse. As the days are going, they may become old and they die. But my soul, until and unless I am there, nobody can do anything, he says. Now this is a poem about, he talks about the rich can do everything, a poor cannot do anything, unfortunately, but I can dedicate my whole human soul to you. This is what here he describes. Okay, children, I hope you understood a very small and a cute poem which is written by Basavanna. Now here, let us have a look at the figure of speech. Children, you all know what is metaphor, right? So here, metaphor means, as you all know, it is a comparing. Now here we'll see figure of speech. My legs are pillars. Yeah, he describes saying that my legs are pillars. This is a metaphor. This is a metaphor which he's comparing. The body, the shrine. The body, that shrine. Here again it is a metaphor. The next one, the head of cupola of gold. The head of cupola of gold. He's again comparing. It becomes a metaphor. The next one is things standing shall fall. This is paradox. Children, what is paradox? Can you tell me? It is a contrast between one to another. I can tell you it is an opposite idea. It is an opposite idea. Paradox. It's a figure of speech. Paradox, when you are comparing the opposite ideas. Look at here, the example. Things standing shall fall. So when you stand, Opposite is fall. So that is what here, it is paradox. The moving ever shall stay. So here moving. Moving is what? Moving. So what is the opposite of moving? Stay. So that is what here the opposite idea. So this figure of speech is paradox. Is it clear, children? Yeah. The figure of speech, here we have metaphor and paradox. Coming up to the glossary here. Cupola, a small rounded dome. Lord of meeting rivers. Basavanna's chosen deity. Lord Shiva at Kudala Sangama. Okay, now and children, please remember this poem we do have for memorization and it would come for your exams for 4 marks. Kindly by heart it. I hope you enjoyed the class. Thank you, children.